Primetime local news, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Hello and welcome to Primetime Local News. I'm Lane Hoffert. A major fundraiser is planned across Alberta tomorrow to help victims of the Jasper fire. Stacey Comer has more on how you can help.
Well, Wednesday is a very special day throughout the province of Alberta. It's a time for people to help in several different ways, help the victims of the fires in Jasper. I'm joined now by Jay Stone. Jay is a board member from the Western Association of Broadcasters. Jay, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you and your group basically spearheaded this initiative that all Alberta radio stations are getting involved with. And it's a day of caring that's planned for tomorrow. So before we get into how people can help, can you tell me why you guys decided to do this?
Absolutely. We all saw that video that got posted online and went viral on Thursday morning, and seeing the reality of what Jasper had been dealing with this wildfire. It was so scary to see everybody evacuating the night prior and lineups of cars, and I think it hit everybody across our province quite deeply, as so many of us have fond memories of Jasper and just making memories in that beautiful place of the world. And to see people who are from there and live there dealing with this wildfire and evacuating and not sure if their homes have burned down, if they have anything to come back to, we really wanted to do what radio has always done best, and that's engage our local communities to help make a difference in a time of need.
So tell me how people can get involved with the Day of Caring tomorrow.
Absolutely. There's multiple ways that you can take part in this. First off, if you choose to donate your bottles, it is a province-wide bottle drive. So you can go to any Alberta bottle depot across the province, donate your bottles, and simply say that these are for Jasper. And when you do that, they will collect the donations and they will submit them directly to the Alberta Day of Caring through the Red Cross. So you can donate your bottles to any bottle depot, or you can make a donation online if you choose to go to albertadayofcaring.com. It'll take you to a page to make a monetary donation. And remember that all donations, whether through bottles or through cash, are going to be matched by the provincial government and also by the federal government. So $1 becomes $3, $100 becomes $300, your 10-cent can becomes 30 cents, your 25-cent bottle becomes 75 cents. It is going to make a big difference tomorrow.
Well, and as you mentioned, this really is something that radio does best, because you're also going to be able to go with all the stations in Alberta, talk about this all day, talk about the fact that it's happening and how you can help. So I guess it must make you feel good to be able to, put something together so quickly and just know that you're going to have the support. And like you said, use the power of radio to get the message out.
Absolutely. This is what radio does best. And it honestly, it started off as an idea for the building I work in Edmonton with Now Radio and Up 99.3. We're going to do a bottle drive here in Edmonton. And that quickly changed to a company-wide idea, which then quickly changed to a provincial-wide idea. We, in hours, went from the initial conception of the idea to let's get all the broadcasters on board and see if everyone else wants to be a part of this. And immediately everybody jumped on board and said, yes, let's help out the people of Jasper. And of course, Little Red River Cree Nation as well. There's 3 communities in that area that are affected by this wildfire, and then other wildfires across the province through the Red Cross. So this is really going to help support those Albertans. The money's going to stay here. It's going to help out local community members. So tomorrow is going to be a big day, and I hope you're able to support.
So if people are interested in donating bottles, Jay, how, if they, some people just keep their bottles for a year and, maybe they don't do it on a regular basis. So how can they find out information as to where they can make those donations to the bottle depot that's closest to them?
Yeah, you know what? There is a website that is really convenient to find a bottle depot closest to you. If you go to findadepot.ca, that will give you an integrative map that you can see which bottle depots are closest to you or nearest to your location, and then take them to that bottle depot. Again, say these are for Jasper, and they'll be able to count those bottles up and make that donation directly to the Alberta Day of Caring.
Well, as you know, Albertans always come together to help when they can. So I can't wait to see the total after everything is all said and done. Is there a goal that you guys are setting for this, or is it basically just whatever you can do?
I we had talked about setting a goal and seeing if we can break that ceiling. And given that this is a fundraiser that we have $0 pre-fundraised for, we are going to be thrilled with whatever we can do to help support Jasper. So I have zero expectation, and I'm purposely not putting a number out there as I don't want to, have any of it be any kind of disappointment, because the whole province uniting and coming together to help support a place that's given us all so much. I think any number is really going to be a success. So I'm excited for the day, and I'm really excited to see the whole province come together and support this cause.
Well, Jay, thank you for being involved in this and getting this together. And one more time, for anybody who doesn't have bottles but wants to text a donation in, just give me that number once again, please, if you don't mind.
Yes, that's right. So the text number is 20222. If you text the word radio and all caps, so RADIO to 20222, that'll make a $10 donation to the cause immediately. So you'll see that, I believe, on your phone bill, a $10 immediate donation to the efforts of the Alberta Day of Caring for Jasper.
Well, Jay, thank you so much for joining me. I know this is going to be a great fundraising effort. As we talked about, Albertans always come together to help out. So thanks again for you and your team for spearheading this, and good luck with everything with the Day of Caring.
Thank you very much. Let's have a great day for the people of Jasper.
The B. Fisher Bottle Depot is among the many organizations participating in the Day of Caring for Jasper. Our Callan Dunlop has more on how the foundation is making their mark.
Today I'm joined by Kim Crockett with the B. Fisher Foundation, and today we're talking about the Day of Caring set up to help the wildfire fight across the province. To start, can you talk to me about what the B. Fisher Foundation is doing?
So B. Fisher, the Bottle Depot, is part of a greater network of bottle depots right across all of Alberta. And so through the Alberta Bottle Depot Association, arrangements have been made for many of these bottle depots to accept donated containers on behalf of the relief efforts that the Red Cross is engaging in regarding the Jasper wildfire.
Can you talk to me about the behind-the-scenes work that went on to have the B. Fisher support this?
With B. Fisher, it's pretty common practice for us to be able to provide some sort of support to a variety of organizations within our own local community. Sometimes it's through bottle drives, sometimes it's through a donation account, and that's kind of the means that we're using here. So an account has been set up at the Bottle Depot where when individuals bring in donated bags of containers, those funds will be earmarked for the Jasper Wildfire Fund and then forwarded on to the Canadian Red Cross.
Can you talk to me about what people with bottles should be doing if they want to help support the cause?
They can simply come down to the Bottle Depot. We have a collection bag in the customer area, and they can drop them in there. And as that bag fills up, we'll empty them. We'll count the containers, make sure those funds are credited to the proper place, and customers can keep on filling up that bag again.
And are your hours adjusted for this time frame?
We'll keep our regular business hours for that. So on Wednesday and beyond our usual business hours, we open at 8 in the morning. We're closed at 4 in the afternoon.
The Red Cross is matching donations that are made for this Day of Caring. Can you elaborate more on that?
Actually, just a little clarification on that. It's actually two levels of government are providing the matching dollars. So the Alberta government and the federal government are matching dollar for dollar all of the dollars from the donations that we collect over the next few days. Certainly the big push is going to be tomorrow, but until we are given an end date to this initiative, we will continue to collect donated containers on behalf of this effort. So in other words, for every $1 in containers that we accept and forward on to Red Cross, they're ultimately going to receive $3 all towards the relief efforts.
Were there any last things that you'd like to add?
I think the important thing is just understanding that while there's a large initiative scheduled for tomorrow, July the 31st, at this point in time, we don't have an end date on that. And so if people feel inclined to come a day or two later and they're feeling like they've missed it, at this point in time, as long as that collection bag is out in our customer area, we're still accepting donations and they're still going to be matched. Basically $3 on the dollar for all those donated containers.
That covers all of the questions that I had. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk about this.
We'll have more primetime local news after the break. Abby St. John is back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for our weekly edition of Pet Project.
I'm back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for our weekly edition of Pet Project, and we have a returnee, Rosie. We met her a couple months ago with her sister, but today we are focusing more so on Rosie. So give us a little bit about her story and how she came here, and a bit about her personality and what her best fit would be.
So yes, Rosie came in back in May with her sister Tulip. Completely different personalities. Tulip is a bit more curious and adventurous, whereas Rosie a bit more shy and reserved. Still a very, very sweet girl. They were brought in as transfers from a different shelter, and we're hoping that we can find both of them good homes. They're very sweet girls. Rosie, she's great with other dogs. She's beside other dogs besides her sister outside. So she would do well in a home with another dog for sure, and probably as well as a cat. She's pretty docile.
Right.
No signs of aggression toward any other animal. She's a very sweet girl, and I think she'd do well also in a home with kids.
Yes, and I feel like she's one of those dogs that if they had a cat companion, the cat would just bully her all the time. But in like a fun way, I think. But no, she is truly a really sweet girl, just very shy. So it may take a little bit of time for her to warm up, but she is just the sweetest, which is awesome. And now, because we're doing them separately, they don't have to go as a bond. No. They're not a bonded pair.
They are not. Another reason why being shy. Poor Rosie's only ever known life in a shelter. She was born in a shelter, and we're hoping once she does find her forever home, she'll open up a lot more and just be more confident.
Yes, I'm sure she will with the right home, because she already has that sweet disposition that she has, and she's just so cute and just, she's so beautiful. Now, going on the same topic as dogs, you don't necessarily have any events going on, but you are starting up a program that you have going on called
Dogs Day Out.
Dogs Day Out.
Yeah.
You kind of can take a dog in the shelter and have a full day of fun with them, doing whatever you please. So give some more information on that, Dogs Day Out, what people should know and how they can apply.
So Dogs Day Out is actually a program that we had implemented in the past, and we're hoping to bring it back, where essentially you will fill out an application. Will require ID and things like that. Once you're approved, you would come take a dog for the day. We need to know if you're going to go to the beach maybe, or you want to take them to some pet-friendly stores and socialize them, stuff like that. As long as they're back by 5 p.m., we provide treats. There's a little bag that has all kinds of supplies, poop bags, anything that you might need. So it's just a way to get the dogs out of the shelter so that they can, become more socialized, get more used to people, and hopefully, if they're seen out in the public, more interest in adoption, because unfortunately we are at capacity.
Yes.
So
and this is a great way for people to kind of test the waters a little bit about having a dog, because it is a huge responsibility, but kind of having that little stepping stone, and it may spark people's, I thought about this, decided it was a good idea after spending the day with, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that specific dog, but it could help them make that decision, which is awesome. Now, donations.
Yes.
What donations are you currently in need of? And I understand that you guys have already received a ton of donations for the outside for all the dogs.
Yeah, so at the moment we are currently looking for things like peanut butter, frozen blueberries, strawberries, and bananas, plain Greek yogurt. We like to make popsicles in the warmer months they really enjoy it. It's so good. Also, we still are in desperate need of those big Kong toys. All of our dogs are larger breeds, so they're really rough on stuffies, just fluff, fluff everywhere. So Kong toys would be greatly appreciated. Maybe one or two of the commercial size push brooms, because we do have a lot of floor space, and to keep this place clean, it does take a lot of effort, and to make that easier on the staff so they can focus more on everything else, it would be greatly appreciated. But a huge shout out to the staff and the volunteers already who have come together, some going into their own pockets to provide tarps, pools, fans, different things like that, special treats when we need a special food for the animals. It doesn't go unnoticed, and from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much.
Yes, that's amazing, and it's helpful for them because they can cool off in the heat, in the sun outside, but still enjoy the summer as well. Now, finally, you wanted to mention kind of a little PSA, if you will, about cattails and foxtails, and why they're toxic. They can be toxic and harmful to animals.
So foxtail is essentially a grass-like weed. It can become embedded in your pet's paws, ears, nose, throat. They might not seem like a big deal at the time, but they can cause abscesses, which in the long run can be very detrimental to your pet. You'll notice swelling, redness, there'll be excessive scratching. They might even have like oozing from a wound. So a good thing to do is avoid walking your pets in really weedy, grassy areas. If you do, brush them when you get home. If you have any concerns about your pet maybe getting into foxtails or having maybe an ouchie or a boo-boo from one, definitely go see your veterinarian, get a little workup done. You can even also take them to a groomer, which is a good way to help curb the wounds from these types of things.
For sure, because sometimes you might not even notice it, and then you notice that your dog gets more irritated. And I know I've had dogs that had their paws infected just by licking it and it being too wet. So it's definitely a good reminder for people just to even after, it's a good practice just after walks, just to check them over, check their paws, or maybe even get them some booties. I love seeing dogs in booties, which
are really important too in the warmer months. If you walk your dog on asphalt or concrete, it is a lot hotter than the temperature of the air, so it can burn their paws very easily. So avoid walking on hot surfaces, definitely in the warmer months.
If it's too hot for you, it's too hot for them, which is a great thing to remember and very easy to remember as well. So thank you again for joining me. And Rosie, you are just the cutest.
She's an angel.
You know, once I think you're right. Once she's in her own home, the perfect fit, I think her personality will definitely shine more so.
The Lashburn Cardinals are in the semifinals of the NSRBL against the North Battleford Beavers and are one win away from getting to the finals. Our Thomas Wildman has more.
Last week, the Cardinals started off the best-of-3 series, winning Game 1 in North Battleford 15-11. Now back home, they look to close out the series against the Beavers. The Beavers started off the game with a run in the first before the Cardinals would tie it up with a home run from Grant Baldwin. Midway through the game, the Beavers would score 6 runs in one inning and limit the Cardinals to only one more run, and the Beavers added 4 more runs to lead to the final score of 11-2.
Everyone showed up today. We put the bat on the ball. We played well. I don't think we had an error. I don't think we scored an error on the night.
It was also Fan Appreciation Night for the Cardinals, who alongside the sponsors are incredibly important for the Cardinals to operate.
Without sponsors or fans, we don't play because it's 3 guys trying to build a field and run a baseball team. So without the rest of them, without the moms and the volunteers and the town behind us, we wouldn't have it.
The Cardinals will be back on the road again on Wednesday to take on the Beavers in a winner-takes-all Game 3.
We're very confident about our ability there. We're going to have our ace pitcher on the mound, and he's going to throw 5-6 innings for us, so hopefully the bats come alive. Last time they threw their best pitchers at us, 2 or 3 of them, and we knocked them around, so we're confident we can do that again this time and, shut them down defensively.
Thomas Wildman, Primetime, local news.
And that's all the time we have for Primetime Local News. Thanks for watching.